And in today's video, I want to talk about something a little bit different from what we are saying, but not completely removed from what we are saying, because most of the time they say, what is our problem? And our problem has been hinged on the Fulani and on the federal government, and somehow we absolve the people who are the key players in our region. We don't even, like, somehow we have been manipulated not to look at the people who are in control in the region, in the southeast, for example. Somehow all this talk about, oh, they are coming, oh, they are not, like, you don't even look at who is there, whose responsibility is there to do that thing for you there locally. And this video, I titled it Stolen Education, because right now the education that is supposed to be from the local level, they've stolen it. Like, they stole everything. They stole the resource, they stole all the money, they stole all the allocation, and they stole the education. So most times when we are talking about those our misguided youths, that they have been manipulated, why was it possible for them to be manipulated and misguided? Because the education that they should have was stolen from them. Like our governors, or these people who are in power today, most of them, if I'm not mistaken, they attended community primary school, community secondary school. Go to your local government, go to your villages and check out the condition of your community primary and community secondary school. There is nothing there. There's nothing to write home about. Everything is dilapidated. Everything, like, it's a disaster. And these are things that people on ground in the locality can fix, but they don't fix it, and nobody is taught how to, hold them and say, this is your job, come and fix this thing, this is your job. But somehow, people are just made to not think about them having to play any role. And even they themselves that are there, they make us to feel that all the problem has to be solved from Abuja. You see, everything has to come from Abuja, everything has to come from the constitution, everything has to come from breaking Nigeria breaking down. But what about the one that you can do now? You see, any solution that is going to come from the hardest, the most impossible, is a distraction, because something that is at your doorstep that they can do, they refuse to do it. I'm going to show you this video because this video that I saw is an eye-opener, and I think that all of us can bear witness that they've stolen everything. They've stolen everything, and they stole the education of the children. So I'm going to show you this video, and you will marvel at what our leaders can do. This is one of our brother from in the southeast. This school is located in Enugu, so he traveled to his hometown and he went to check out the local primary school, and lo and behold, that place, I don't know, even cow is not fit to be kept in that place, because it's not even safe. Like, let's assume that the place is even, say, it's not clean, or but it's not even safe. It's a dangerous place. But this is where the children are being kept, and everybody just kind of looks away. So I'm going to show you the video again now, because I was interrupted.
Oh, number fine, you have it. Jafriana.
This is a primary school in Enugu. So when he's going there and he's saying that, like, the place is so overgrown.
These our people are not ashamed of themselves.
This is a school for primary school children in Enugu.
We don't have anything like Hila.
It's a very dangerous place, but this is where children of the poor are. Look at it. This is a school.
They can get close. The building boom happen. Mechi. Asnenda mama ihe mo no. Good morning. Yeah, Daruno. Kobu this very one Kabula Kobu Uleshiva Oga. This very building behind. How government school? Now, wow. Pugana one campaign. Pugana. The name of this school, Egogo Community Primary School. Okay. Government.
This is a school, oh, my people. Look at this. This is a school in Igbo land. So look at it. Look at children. So their education has been stolen.
Inside this kind of building. Yeah, just
stolen education. This is just one example. This is just one example. Like somebody is writing here, he said the one in Imo State I was. So my people, what when we are talking about all that is wrong, and everybody is looking at everything that is wrong with our place is coming from the Fulani, this Fulani, and this federal government and this constitution. But look at it now. Somebody has gotten a location that is supposed to be able to do this, to keep this place, this house. These are schools. But as of 1980 something, 1990, these are schools that everybody was going to. Everybody was going to these schools. But today they are all deserted. The money for the, how much does it cost to renovate a school like this, for example? Think about it. How much does it cost to put this kind of school together? But they are not doing it. And look at when we are talking about there is no education, the people have been manipulated, the people have been brainwashed. This type of education makes it possible for people to be brainwashed. This type of education make it possible for people to build anger. And when you tell them that it's the northerners that are responsible for you to go to a school in a place like this, and they show you pictures of the schools in Abuja, and you think, oh, look at how their school are, look at the kind of school we are going. Meanwhile, the money that they're supposed to use to do this school is in their pockets. So my people, it still boils down to the same thing I'm saying, that the solution is not about putting fire and burning it down. The solution is something like this, where children are going to school. Who is in charge of this school, for example? So like my brother Honorable is saying that the one in Imo State, please let us make videos of this school. Let us write the names of the locality so that we can be able to find out who is in charge of these schools, who is responsible for the upkeep of this school, who is supposed to be held accountable for the state of these schools. Enough of all this pointing and saying they, but who are they? Who are they who have stolen this education? They are still people from there. So you are not going to say that, for example, the commissioner for education is a Fulani man or is an Hausa man and he cannot fix this kind of thing. I mean, the school doesn't even have complete wall. Even at that, just push sheets and push chair and cut the grass. They can't do that. You see, and these are children. Tomorrow they are going to grow up very angry and they will think all the problem is coming from the north. Whereas the people who can solve this problem there and allow them to have quality education and give them a step in life, they have taken everything, they have stolen everything. So my people, a lot of people say, I don't bring any solution out, but look at what is going on. I see it that I see through all this deception and all this, all this distraction. I'm telling you that all your problem is coming from the center. All your problem is coming from the center. be that as it may, if you are really sincere to yourself and you want to make the most of your situation, you will do the ones within your power, within your capacity, to the best of your ability, and everybody will see it and they will marvel. But look at the state of primary school. They can't even put primary school in order. They can't even build primary school that is standard. Go to any, no population, nobody can develop beyond the level of the education of their children. No, it doesn't happen. Look at China. China is making advances in the world in technology. Go and check out their education, check out their primary school. It is world class. Government, everything is provided free, top notch. Everything is provided, books. You don't have to pay for anything, just come. They provide everything. They make sure their children have the standard education, and they lift themselves from there. Look at this. They stole everything. They stole even the education. The children cannot even get an education. The children are standing in a dilapidated place like animals. And then tomorrow they will say, these Fulani people, we must go and get them. We must kill them. And then they will say the people in charge, yeah, they are stooge. They put them there, they are stooge. It doesn't matter whether they are stooge, but let them do what they are supposed to do. Education is the main thing. If you are not educated, if your people are not educated, you cannot rise above that. You may have pockets of people who can afford high tuition and send their few children to those high tuition, but those few children who have gone to those high tuition paying school, they don't make the bulk of the population, and they are not going to run the society alone. The society is made up of everybody, and everybody needs to be carried along for the society to function. So if you have dysfunctional educational system, your society is going to be dysfunctional. Tell me what somebody that is going to a school like this want to learn. What is the moral there? What is the foundation for somebody that has gone to a school like this? My brother, schools are not a priority. Then what is a priority if school is not a priority? What is the priority? Political power. What do they want to do with this political power? If your intention, look at China and the US and all this Western world. They are still in contention. But look at how China is doing it with education. Educating the population first and foremost, and let the skills be there. Let the people have the skills they need for life, to build infrastructure, to articulate and organize a society. Everything starts from education. And if your society is not educated, and especially the primary school, they are not educated. They are dilapidated like this, like a place that you can take a cow. Even if you are having cow, even the Fulani people will not take their cow to a place like this. What if the cow gets injured? It's going to be less price for them to sell. They are not going to even take their cow to a place like this to graze. I'm telling you. But this is the place they put Igbo children in a primary school that military people built up. Tell me what the benefit of the people who have been ruling this place and who want to hold on to this place, what have they given to the people? You see, we see all this, maybe they build one road here, they build two road there, everybody's hey. But these are the foundational things that are missing, and without them you are not going anywhere. Without them you fail, because you cannot have citizens that can reason. Maybe if the woman that is there managed to come there and decide to be singing, and that is it, the children will just get entertained and they will go back. I've done a video before about this, when there is a story about this success that broke out in Delta State, with even all the 13% derivative and all this thing. Even though they complain that they're supposed to have everything, but they don't even use it. All these things we are fighting for and looking, the oil is going extinct. Electric is coming, solar energy. So even with all the oil, they are not able to do anything. With all the revenues, none of them is being owed any revenue. Look at the primary school that the children are going to. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother Charles. So, my people, if anybody told you, good evening, thank you so much. If anybody told you that your problem is from here and only here until they dismantle only this thing is your problem, if they remove only this until it's a lie. Look at this school, it can be fixed, and these children can have a better condition. These children and other children in Igbo land, but they have to take it as a problem first of all, so that they can actually deal with it. Look at the place children are going to school. Look at. Look at. This is a place where children, innocent children. Huh? So if a child can go to a school like this, we are just talking about school. You know, the school, it will not cost them much if they can put it in order. How much is books? It talk less of health, that we need equipment, that we need facility. They can't even, like, they failed. They stole everything. They stole everything. They have stolen everything. And once they have stolen the education, they have stolen the mind, they have stolen the foundation of a people, and you will have no foundation. You have a people that will be wavering. There is no future. There is no posterity for a people that their education have been stolen. And you need to address this problem right there, right now. It doesn't need anything to happen before this can be addressed. With the money they have, with the capacity they have right now, this is something they can fix. Huh? I'm telling you, my brother. So all these things we are saying, like, is it the Fulani? Thank you, my brother. We are busy. We are only busy shouting Biafra, Biafra, and Fulani, while everything in the so-called Igbo land is getting destroyed by so-called Igbo Biafrans. You see, this is exactly what is going on. They say they are Biafrans. They can't even get primary school. So, for example, you don't have money. You cannot pay high school fees for private school. This is what you are ending up with. How many people can afford a high private school? You know, like any society that is serious about its future is serious about education. Without education, you are not going anywhere. Without education, you don't have foundation. Look at these children that are standing around. Tell me where they are going to have the cognitive ability after this phase of their life to sit down and be thinking about something and solving a problem. When think about it, for example, they are able to sit in this kind of classroom because there is no rain. Okay, think about it.
If these our people are not ashamed of themselves by saying that they are elites in move, we don't have anything like shake and gushi now. If we open a phone takri, shake and close.
This is shocking, and somebody is telling me that this is even good. Imagine that there are the worst ones like this. And when the rain is falling, the children are huddled in one corner and rain is beating on them. And no group, they are forming every corner. Biafra group here, Biafra group there can solve all this problem. Nobody is talking about this. Everybody is talking about Fulani, the Fulani. Every day the Fulani. So it is the Fulani that is running this place. Look at children.
This very one, this very building behind. How government school? Now, wow. The name of this school, Egogo Community Primary School. Okay.
My people, this is a disgrace to humanity. Nobody. This is a shame. We can beat our chest and we can say so much about everything, but if they stole the education from the children, then there is no future. There is no future. There, all of us that grew up in the Southeast, we went to community primary school, because then there was no private school, or very few. It was not a common thing that there are private schools. At the most, there will be church secondary boarding schools. That was all. But look at it now, they don't have schools anymore. They have stolen it. It's in their stomach. They have eaten it. A big stomach everywhere. They are only way what they know, they will be dancing. Tomorrow they will say it's only. My people, don't believe anybody that's telling you nye, 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 nye. What we can do, for example, now is a time of Christmas. A lot of people will be going home. Please, my brothers and my sisters, if you happen to go home, make it a point of duty to check out your community primary school and check out your community secondary school. Check them out, make video, take pictures. If you find somebody, they ask them, what is going on there? Are people still going to the school? We need to, this is when they talk about accountability, this is where it can start from, because people have to have a conducive environment where they can actually sit down, where they can learn. Can you believe that? Even we're talking about the condition of the school, and the teachers are not even paid salaries. They are not paid months on end. How can you expect somebody to be going to work every day to go and be teach your children that forms the foundation of your state, of your community, that the future of your community, that the posterity of the land, and you don't pay the teachers, you don't pay them? Do you know that any other society that is serious about their future, teachers are very, very, very respected, and they earn very high. It's not a profession that anybody just wake up and enter. You know, teaching is a respected and an upper class profession, just like medical doctor, because it is a very, very important aspect of any society. But we don't have this. There is no amount of military, hey, we are ready to kill everybody, that is going to change it, because it's still your people that are running this nonsense. You know, imagine, our brother is writing that I was surprised to see a kid carrying his own desk and root school last year, and when I visited, sad state of education. Yeah, it's a very, 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 it's a shameful, it's a sad state. So yeah, I decided to do this video because I know that, you know, it's Christmas, it's almost Christmas. A lot of people are actually at home right now. You know, a lot of people can access their, you know, a lot of people are able to access their villages. I don't know how the restrictions is for you guys over there, because here we are having restrictions. But if you are not being restricted, please make it a point of duty to go to your primary school in your village. We need to start from there. Please, we need to start from there. The children education need to be given back to them. Enough of all this criminality. This kind of criminality is so mindless. It's so mindless. So we have a situation whereby the schools are not functioning. So what is going to happen to the children? Even the land that you are fighting for, what is going to happen to it? By the time you are talking about a time that there is no war, there is no conflict, and the children cannot even go to a good school, they can't even create a good environment where the children can go to school. Is it the time that there will be war and conflict? When are they going to be able to go to school? You see, yeah, education is not their priority, because it's all about politics. They are interested in political power. They want to get a hold of a political position. This is only what they are crying about. Because when you are talking about any region that is talking about, you know, that is serious about its environment, its own territory, you will see like, I don't even know how to explain it. You will see the situation on ground and you will like it. You will see a people that are serious and determined to make something out of their area, their region. It's the same thing. When you come to that area, you will see that everything is in play, is functioning, economy is good, education is excellent. You know, it's not something that you will just be looking at because everything is poor. Tell me, if they cannot do it now, it is in their hands, it is in their control, it's in the villages, it's in the rural areas. This is something that a local government chairman, a commissioner of education of a state can handle. But they can't do it. They can't do it. Are you going to manufacture new human beings? Are you going to manufacture new human beings? And all these things, I keep saying this thing because I don't believe in anything that will tell you that until this thing happen, until that thing happen. It's a false narrative. It's just like telling you, you have to wait until you marry before you do like this. You have to wait until you born before you do like this. Or you have to wait. There's nothing. Not tomorrow is not promised, but we have today. What have we done with today? What have we done with yesterday? That is something that you can project into the future, and this is what they have done to the educational system in the Southeast. This is a mind-blowing revelation, and every time we see this thing and people shout, hey, as if it's a one-off, and our brother here said it's not even a one-off. People confirm me, children take seat that they can go and sit. This is something that even the military in their time were able to do without problem. But look at all these politicians. They are just there. They don't have any idea of what to do. Only what they know is to steal money, eat all the money, do like this, do like, it's a very big tragedy. So yeah, my people, this is what I wanted to say today. Okay, please, if you know somebody that can do a video, we need to start from there, so that if there's anything, community development, any kind of, because no people can develop beyond the educational level of their own people. It doesn't happen. So when you see societies investing in education, they are investing in the future. It's like paying forward, because all these children, they are going to grow up. We were once children, today we are parents, and before you know it, we are going through the earth and we are going away, and they are coming. And imagine that the education we had, we are even saying, oh, it's not so good, and now these ones, they don't even have at all. They look at the condition where these children are standing in this kind of place. Overgrown, and it's not only that the situation is even dangerous. Imagine there can even be snakes and all these things that they can come and injure the children. And imagine maybe if it is raining, the children are in danger, because the flood can even take them away. So this is an eyesore, my people, and this is not a problem of the North or the Fulanis that are holding you down. This you are doing to yourself. This, the people who are doing it are right there in your midst. This, the people who can change it are right there on your midst. So yeah, I don't want to talk about any other thing other than this today. So if anybody wants to join the conversation, you can call in now, because I've really finished what I want to say, and I feel that we need to start from the things that are possible. We need to start from the things that are within our reach. We will need to start from what is visible right now, from the small things, because he that cannot be trusted with little things, how can you trust them with bigger things? You cannot be trusted to take care of little things like this in your own village, in your own local community. How can you tell us what is there? What is the evidence to show that you can do better elsewhere? So if you want to contribute to the conversation, you can call this number. I'm pinning the number right now, so you can call it. So my people, this is what I want to share with you guys today, and I want to tell you this because I feel that in talking about all these other things and all the people that are doing us, we forget the ones that they are doing right there, right under your nose. You see, this is something that is happening right there. The person that is in charge of this one is right there. And this is not only a problem of Igbo land, per se, but if we really say we are better off, we could be better off, we could do better, we are only being hindered by this Nigeria and by this Nigerian system, we are only being hindered by this constitution, then we need to prove it. Let us see the difference. How is your region being different from the rest of the country? How are you doing your things there? What is the example to show that you can be better? You don't have this, so you don't even have any narrative that you can use as an example to show that you are being hindered. My brother is writing, say, do you know that we contributed money to grade our village roads this month? Our place is 10 minutes drive from Owerri, where Rochas claimed he turned around like Dubai. Imagine. So you see, we are not telling ourselves the truth. So all these things, I've seen it, all these things are people just jostling for political positions. They want to get that political power, and if they don't have political power, they stare at people. Or imagine somebody who have gone to a school like this. It's very, very easy to tell them, look at the kind of school that you went to, when you could be going to. They'll show them pictures of standard schools with everything inside. This is the school you should be going to. Do you want your children to go to this kind of school? The person say no. I want something better. This is what they use to trigger the people. But at the end of the day, they don't have they don't have good intention for the children of the poor. This is why it pains me when I see the children of the poor being used as pawns, as bullet bags. This is why it hurts me, because I know where they are coming from and where they put their heart and manipulate them. You see, and they cannot do this to their children. They cannot do this to children of people who are, well-to-do, because those ones are a little bit exposed, and those ones know better. They have gotten better education because they could pay for it. But these poor people who have been in the villages, who have gone through this kind of education that have been stolen from them, they can easily manipulate them with a very beautiful school building and say, look at the school you went to, because of this constitution, because of these people that are in Abuja, because of this one Nigeria. But once Biafra come, we are going to do this kind of school for you. Well, then nothing is stopping you from doing a good school. Now you can start from there. And that is not to say that anything is not wrong or everything is perfect. No, you see, but what are we doing for the region, from the region itself? What is the difference? How is things being done differently? It's still the same decayed system. It's still the same corruption. It's still the same everything. Are you going to manufacture new humans? You're not going to manufacture new humans. It's the same humans that are there, that have the system. So if they mean well and they are better off, they can do better, they can still use the bad system to do something good for themselves. If somebody means bad for you, doesn't mean that you mean bad for yourself. If somebody is taking advantage of you and don't want you to achieve good things, doesn't mean that you don't want good things for yourself. You can also do better for yourself. You can use the resources you have, no matter how limited, and do the best for yourself. You see? So yeah, this is exactly what I believe, and this is why I want to share this video with you guys today. It's Christmas and a lot of people are going to the villages. Yes, but they can't. Instead, if they have money, they will use it to go and be buying shaka boom that cannot even withstand anything. It just sets people up to be cleared away like garbage. It's a sad thing. So yeah, my people, they stole everything from us, and they lie to us, and they deceive us, and they use utopian delusions to trap the mind and distract the people from the reality. This is the reality. This is somewhere people can start. You can start from something like this, and you can develop from there. You can develop your region. You can create a good environment. You can blow that place up on your own, even with other limitations. You can do that. But in the absence of that, if you're only reaching for that which is the most difficult, almost unattainable, at a time where you don't have superior power, you don't have superior firepower, you don't have superior backing, you don't have political power, you are not in a place to make any dictation. You cannot dictate to anyone. You are coming from an inferior place, and you have to do the best for yourself. You have to move with strategy and remove emotions. Really, my people. So yeah, children of the poor are always, the target. These children, they are still the ones that they are going to harm tomorrow. They are still the ones they are going to manipulate tomorrow. They are still the ones that are going to be wasted. But it can be reversed. So that's why I'm doing this video. My people, as you go home for Christmas, you know what you have to do. Look around your community, look around your schools. In the community primary school, look at the community primary secondary school. Do you know, in some communities, the schools have been completely abandoned. Nobody actually goes there. It's even surprising that there are still people inside this one. There are a lot of villages that that is an empty, dilapidated building, and the teachers that are assigned to that place, they don't even go to that place at all. They just sit down and collect salary, something like that. Maybe they have a desk there, they can always go there, and somebody's calling in. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good evening. It's evening here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Chichi from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, we are listening. Chichi from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, so I kind of sometimes you hit the nail at the head. The whole of this issue of marginalization, savior thing, I have been skeptic about it because I was like, wait a minute. Did we really deal with the problem we have in the house before talking about the one someone else is creating outside for us? I listened to your topic today. It is one of the things that, unfortunately, nobody wants to talk about it because it is benefiting the rich. It is benefiting the rich, but unfortunately, it's more problematic than what we are chasing. As in, the Igbos have what I call misplaced priority. As long as they secure their comfort zone, everybody is fine, everybody is relaxed. That is why when I see the zeal and the enthusiasm in those clamoring to get their own country, it makes me wonder, is it not the same group of people who are good at, one thing Igbos are good at is, whatever they can afford, they will use it to intimidate and oppress the person that cannot afford or don't have access to it. Is it not the same people that is clamoring to rule themselves? Look at the little thing that was entrusted in us. I am a product of community secondary school. I'm proud of it. I left secondary school during Obasanjo's first term. But I'm telling you today, that same secondary school I went to, whereby in the 90s, if you don't score good, you don't get selected to attend that secondary school. Today, it is a bush. Because these criminals we elected and sent to Abuja, they have so much they have so much harmed our society that they took everything from us. They took the money, they took our power, they took our education from us. They diverted the money that is meant to fund public schools to their private account. Turn back and use the same money, build private schools, and started selling us education at their cost. And unfortunately, only 1% can afford it. And nobody sees nothing wrong with it. Take for instance, on Saturday they did government election in Abia State. I talk about Abia because I'm from my own state. They did local government election in my own state last Saturday or last Friday. Guess what? The same people who were abusing, crying that the American election was rigged, was the same people who came on social media first that their candidate in PDP won all the political world and political local governments in Abia State. They sat down in a place and wrote the result without distributing ballot paper for people to participate and cast their vote. I have an insider who works with government. He said that what they do, that governor make sure he deliver all the local government to himself, because at the end of the day, when the allocation come, he take like 60% and give the chairman 40%. But any local government he allow to be captured by another party, he will not be removing a dime from their money. Therefore, he works so hard to secure the local government for himself. And this is what is happening to our education system.
Wow.
When the governor already defunded you by taking 60% and leaving you with 40%, what are you going to invest in the education system? And the whole thing is like killing. That the Igbos are not seeing the problem. They misplace the priority. Fix our society. My family is in Abuja said that from Abuja to East now is 15,000, but from Abuja to the North, which is about 10 hours, some area is 2,500. What changed? I mean, I like that the way you brought it out now. We should wake up, tell ourselves the truth. The problem, the people we are chasing as our problem, eventually are not the problem. The system is the problem. The people we elected are the problem. Look at, I'm telling you, the person, my godfather, our family friend, who used to be a director in the bank, shared the secondary school of where his alma mater, Ngwa High School, it is in deplorable condition. It's an eyesore. It is a shame. You can't even stand the building. The secondary school that graduated me during Obasanjo first term, I don't know whether democracy is a blessing in Nigeria, because they just ran down everything. They destroyed everything. They destroyed everything. Before, they started with public primary school. They extended it to public secondary school. Now, public universities are a kind of laughing stock. If you cannot, and if you want to go to the private, they name their price. For instance, Governor Peter Odili of Rivers State, he was a lawyer all this while, or a doctor, right? All this while. He never had his own school. The moment he stepped down as a governor, he went and built his own university purely for medical students. How much it costs to train a medical doctor?
Somebody is calling in.
If you cannot afford their high-priced education system, which the empire they built for themselves, money that is for public, you better go and die. And somebody is busy chasing those who decide to invest their own wisely, chasing constitution. Did constitution tell you not to fund a public school? Did you hear that they never gave any of the eastern states their location?
No.
My dear, I just want to thank you people, because this, at least you brought the awareness. Another person is going to hear about this thing. Somebody is going to listen to video. The reasonable ones will, at some point in their life, wake up and say, well, I do think that I'm channeling the energy to the wrong place. The energy should be channeled in building the society we want.
Yes.
Instead of comparing ourselves with those who decided to build themselves. Take, for instance, I hear people saying they want to start infesting Igbo land thugs with gun because Yoruba Asangs are Moteku. The difference is that Moteku is established by law. They are friend of the security agents. Why the thugs in Igbo land are meant to be enemies of the security government security department. So it's a two different scenario. We should focus the energy in building the Igbo land we want.
Yeah.
Making it the Lagos we want it to be. Instead of comparing ourselves, hey, look at how beautiful Kaduna is. Oh yes, the governor of Kaduna invested money in there. He did not channel that money to private school. Private school does not run in the north. My siblings wanted to go to university in the north solely because it was way like a peanut price if you get a government university in the north. It is like peanuts. What they pay for 4 years is their hostel fee in the east. So that's all I want to say, my dear.
Thank you so much.
If we jump up and down and accuse other people of being our problem, we should take a minute and pause and ask ourselves, am I really telling myself the truth? Am I really the problem? And I turn to be pointing finger at my neighbors. My dear, that's what I want to say.
Thank you so
much. I know
much.
that Igbos are listening.
Yeah.
I know that they know the truth. I know that we wake up to reality and stop following a fool.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
By the horn.
Yeah.
By holding the idiots in Abuja accountable.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister. So there is somebody else that was calling. You can call now. Thank you so much, my sister. This is a very, very wonderful and candid opinion that our sister has shared with us, and there's something she said that actually caught my attention. She said the governor works very hard so that the local government chairman will be people from his own party, so he will not cut the revenue that they are supposed to get. Keep in mind that Buhari administration has signed into law local government autonomy. That means in the real sense of the word, that local government will now have autonomy, that they will get their allocation direct from the federal government straight to the local government. It's not supposed to pass to the governor again, but you still see this governor trying to shortchange this system. So you now see a federal government that is actually looking for solution to empower the local government. Hello. Hello, good evening, my brother. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. My name is Confidence, calling from Germany.
Okay.
I've been following your programs and listening to it. I am a long way to go. You understand?
Yeah.
Also, So for me, it's because everybody, we have left everything behind, shouting IPOB, Biafra, Fulani Janjaweed, blah, 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 so that. Also, I have said it before. If Kano should channel all this his energy and this is online warriors and whatever, if he should channel all this his energy to develop this their so-called Biafran land, if Kano should decide today and tell this his followers, even me myself, that let's be contributing money to build a general hospital in each state, at least for the advancement of this so-called Biafra, everybody should key in, as though we know that we are really in love of this particular Biafra we are talking about. This school you are showing now, I'm not
No.
So, all that now, all this energy in the West, going up and down unnecessarily. I can use here, tiny and all we develop this Biafran land. I think it will do us a way good than every time he's only shouting, burn this place down, destroy everywhere. And I keep on asking, in 50 years, even if Biafra comes today. My contribution in this is that and all this is followers online and whereas every time they are shouting they are killing us. Only online they are killing people, they can kill people, they can murder people, they can destroy your family, they can do everything. But everything happened, they started shouting they are killing us. Outside they are everywhere, full and headsmen. They can't even go there and fight them. It's only the people who air their view and opinion. They are looking for them to kill, to destroy. You are the Biafra, only Biafra. Either in Nigeria, everybody has freedom of speech, even in this Deutschland, I know. Mana, Biafra, you have freedom of speech. You must support the more danger. This is not how we're going to get the Biafra. They are abusing UCMF anyhow they want. All these people are abusing UCMF anyhow they want. These people should know very well that UCMF knows Kano more than them themselves. And they are busy abusing the young man, even the young man I'm talking attention, but they are busy just for that money, the man, every sort of things to put the man, to drag the man to the mud. Oh yeah, they push the man. If the man should open his mouth, even all of them, so my contribution in this is that let us try to see everything we could do to build Igbo land, or a standard land, if they really wish to do that. Not only equal and honor, because equal would be easy. I used to tell people, all these people, even most of them, I'm going to for 1 minute. But these are for everybody, I'm not going to put a because free. So this school are the popular Igbo code. If you are a leader, then start something, let us be seeing it. I'm not causing problems everywhere. So I really enjoy and admire your programs. You mixed it up. I like the program. This is why I've been following you.
Thank you so much.
I don't really comment, but I like watching and listening. I don't listen to any program, because any program that is not even up to the standard, I don't really watch it. I'm not like everywhere, everybody will say, ride on, whether you are doing good or you are doing wrong, everybody will be shouting, because even so many people don't even understand anything. Just because of other people are shouting right on, he continued shouting right on without even knowing the topic of the day. So I really commend you. I appreciate your
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
My sister. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, another person is calling. Hello, I'm listening.
Bless, how are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. I'm calling from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I always listen to your program. But what I want to say this night is concerning what you normally said, or you always said it concerning Biafran and the what do you call it, Igbo Biafrans or Biafran Igbos. Let me tell the listeners that is listening tonight and the youth. You see, when something happened to a type of people, it will take them a long, maybe some years before they regain themselves. But if they did not take care and they talk about what happened to them, the thing will keep on repeating itself. For myself and for my own understanding, I don't blame any Igbo man, I don't blame any other person. The only thing I blame Igbo man and I blame any lady or anybody that talking about so what is going on, or like what the last caller said, that our people, even though they can look and channel this, that, it will not work. Why it will not work? Because our people have not to discover who they are. Even you that is speaking, if you discover who you are, you will now know how you will be channeling your destiny. Let me tell you, you know the Israelite in the Bible, that the enemy surrounded them, and the enemy surrounded them don't allow them to drink water and keep cup. So as soon as you find yourself in that a room of whether you call yourself, maybe you have something that they are similar to God, because let me tell you, if you want to know who is Igbo man, go to Bible. Igbos are very stubborn. Igbos are very stubborn, but God loves them more than any other thing. If you read your Bible and check, then you will see what I'm talking about.
So what do you have to say about the stolen education? What do you have to say about the stolen education? Do you think the education is stolen by the enemies that surround the Igbos, or the Igbos are stealing the education from their children themselves? Because we are talking about stolen education.
You see, when you're talking about education or whatever you are talking about in Igbo man's system, now, my brother, let me tell you, sister, sorry, let me tell you, whether you call it education, whether you call it this, whether you call it that, it can never work. Igbo man have mental problem as it stands now. Igbo man just come out from the civil war. They have not regained themselves. Igbo man have scattered all over the world. All over the world, Igbo man have scattered all over the world. So when you're talking about education, where are the Igbos? Igbos have not gathered them together. Igbos don't like it. Jewish people that they kill all over. They are killing all over the world, and they are committing atrocity because of what the enemy have done to them. See, until the day God said enough is enough, you people can now, my people, you people can now come back and they rethink.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution.
So now, I'm coming. They will now try to know that they have enemy at the doorstep. That is when Igbos will survive. But Igbos don't know that they have enemy.
No. I'm sorry, I don't belong to the same school of thought like you. But it's okay, you can have that opinion, but I don't.
That's why the mistake is keep on making.
All right. Thank you so much for that contribution. Thank you. So, my people, I don't believe in that kind of thinking. I don't think like that. I don't think that anybody is like that's what I'm asking him, that who have stolen this education from the people? Is it the Igbo people that have stolen the education from their children, or is the Fulani Janjaweed that have stolen this education like we have seen in this video? So people have interpreted whatever they want to interpret. Do you know, sometimes we always make this allusion to the Jewish but we forget that the Jewish people didn't have any homeland as of the time they were scattered all over the place. They didn't, but we are the only people that have a particular part of this earth, like a place, a physical place that we we can lay claims to, and we are the only people that have a physical place on ground that still are running around. Most people who are running around like that are almost like stateless. They don't have any place, and we are kind of not thinking about what is happening. What is it about our land that what is it about it's a conversation that we can have for another day, but for today I want to talk about the stolen education. And I was saying something before the caller came in. I was talking about the local government and the autonomy. So we agree that they say the enemy surround us and the enemy is the federal government. Now we have a federal government that actually wants the local government to have an autonomy, so that the local government is not the property of the governor, so that the local government can have the money directly allocated to his local government chairman from the federal coffers, unlike what is being done before. They will give everything to the governor. The governor will now be disbursing it like Father Christmas. If he like, he give you a little bit more as he desire. But we have a federal government that have signed it into law. President Buhari has signed it into law that the local government has autonomy. But what do we still see? We still see governors in our region shortchanging the same federal government that has done something that is supposed to be a plus. And they are shortchanging the system and still keeping the money and giving them 40% and keeping 60%. What are they doing with all this money? You take the money that's meant for the state, you take the 60% of the money that's meant for the local government. It's only this one lifetime. I don't know this kind of thing. I don't know this poverty mentality. When you are coming from poverty, you want to take everything. You are not thinking about a legacy. You are not thinking about posterity. This is the problem of poverty mentality. They want to steal everything. So the local government can lay claim to what rightly belongs to it. But how do they shortchange it? Like our sister was saying, they make sure that all the local government belong to their party. And because he is the party chairman in the state, the local government chairman becomes his voice. So he puts people he wants, people who will answer their call. So you still have our elite, our ruling elite, manipulating the same system that we say that is putting us down. So bottom line, we, our people, our leaders, we are our own enemies. So we need to look at what is going on. First of all, like our sister, the first caller said, we need to look at the problems in there, the social problem, the ones we can solve. We need to start from what is possible. You need to finish everything that is possible, and everybody will be able to see it, and heaven will bear you witness that you have done everything that is possible for you within your own capacity with the resources available to you. But right now we see the same gross mismanagement, gross stealing and corruption, gross neglect of everything imaginable. The roads are the worst, the schools are the worst, no health care, no nothing. And this actually is what is fueling this urge for violence to burn it down. You see, so this is something that can be fixed. We can start from what is possible, and this is where I stand. So my people, it's almost an hour that we have been here, and I think I've made my point, my position about this, that the people that are stealing this education, the people that are stealing the rights of the children of Igbo land, they are also Igbo sons and daughters. And we can start from there. We can start by taking into cognizance, when you go to the village this Christmas, please make sure you document the local government schools, the local government primary schools, the local government secondary schools. They call it community secondary school. I don't know what they call it now. As back in the day, in the 80s, in the 90s, it was called local government community primary school, community secondary school. I don't know what they are called today, but they are there. They are supposed to be there in every community, in every village. You have one or two. In every village you have, or maybe a combination of 2-3 villages, you have one secondary school. They are still there. If we can get hold of these conditions, so at least let them start from there, so that if young people who are going through primary school and through secondary school can actually have some semblance of a little bit of quality education, they can be able to sit down in a conducive environment and be able to reason and think, and it will transfer into them when they are growing up, and they will not be easily manipulated and brainwashed, because they will be able to be in a place to be thinking for themselves, and rethinking everything you are telling them, and having a deep mindset to consider everything. But when people are going through this kind of life, look at this kind of primary school, then they'll go to worse type of secondary school, barely going to the place at all, only maybe manage to do GBT and write WAEC and all those things. Like, you are going to have a mess. And the land is still in your hands now. Don't lose it, my people. Don't lose it. Don't bring anything that will, like, it's like when you have a house, you don't have many things inside it, you don't go and burn it down so that you build a new one. You start from where you can. If it is the floor, you can tile, you put cement, you put you fix the floor, and then you look at it. If it is the window, you can start with putting the frames, and you can start, maybe if it's leaking somewhere, you can put the zinc, you can do it where you can put the ceiling. Like, you can do it gradually until you have it in the way that you want it, and everything working and functioning, and then you can come out of that house and start looking, okay, where do we go from there? But right now, we need to look back inside a house that is Igbo land and see what is holding it back, and those people who have stolen everything, and especially those people who have stolen the education of the children, their own children. And because they've stolen this education, even the children of these children we are looking at, there's not going to be any future for them. So thank you so much, my people. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Have a nice celebration, in case I'm not able to come online before Christmas, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.